Just want to give you a very brief homily today, but the word that kind of came to mind as I thought about the Passion of this year was disappointments. You know, people, the one thing we can all say in life is we face disappointments. You know, and a joking end, being from Minnesota with the Minnesota sports team, we are really used to disappointments. Seems to be one after another, after another, after another. But on a more serious note, we all have disappointments in our lives. Parents can disappoint us. Children can disappoint us. Sometimes we feel as if God disappoints us. But I want you to take a moment and think about what it must have been for Jesus those last hours leading up to his death. Disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. Think about it, everyone. The same people who yell, "Hail," Jesus isn't a fool. He knows they will also yell, "Crucify him." We think about the disciples, everyone. Peter says, "I will never deny you." And yet, what does he do? 3 times. He gets 3 chances at it. Peter, think about what you're saying. But he never does. And finally, the cock crows. And can you imagine what Jesus must have looked like when he looked at Peter? Think about Judas Iscariot. One of his own comes up to him and gives him a kiss. We think about everyone, too, the rest of the disciples. What do they do in the end? They leave. It's really a story of disappointments, isn't it? Everything that Jesus did. And look at what happens in the end. Even here in the garden, he prays. His disciples sleep. Disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. How did Jesus do it? You know, the answer is quite simply this, everyone. Jesus simply turned his life over to the Father and said, "Father, your will be done." And sometimes in life, everyone, that has to be enough. What the will looks like in the end, we never know. But like Jesus, we simply have to have the courage and say, "Father, it is my life. I leave it in your hands. Not my will, but your will be done." That's what Jesus did. And look at what happened. Disappointment turns to resurrection, and the world is never the same. That is the story of Holy Week. So, brothers and sisters, we all have disappointments. In the midst of all of them, though, remember the story of Jesus. Give your heart, give your life over to the Father, and simply say, "God, your will be done."